Previously on Season 1 of Binary Saga. My name is Gisto. I'm 13 rotats old.
Hey, Gisto. My name is Ira Newspark, and it's very nice to meet you.
So what is the rest of life like on your planet?
Next year, I'll try to qualify as an intern on the EC research expedition based at the Twin Sisters base camp.
You showed my reply to everyone?
I'm actually writing to you from the Twin Sisters base camp.
You said you detected a signal? Are you tracking something?
The hardest thing about getting hypoxia is that my hopes of becoming a field scientist are over.
You have mentioned the Sidest Anda a few times now, and I'm still confused on what that is.
I can't believe Isnid broke your transmitter.
Speaking of my classes, I am so swamped.
I'm officially one of the spokespeople for EC Public Affairs, which means that I answer questions from the press, and I finally get to announce discoveries.
Yes, you are now communicating with a radio signal technician, junior grade.
They've determined that the signal we discovered definitely originates from our moon, Brada.
Just as the launch was about to happen, Father, Isnid, and I all sat watching the large vid screen in the lab and an explosion that destroyed the entire platform, and with it, the dreams of all of us.
Please know that every Mana is thinking of you, Isnid, and your father. We are here for anything we can do.
Sadly, it was discovered that someone in the radio lab was able to send a detonation signal to the facility. That person was Isnid.
Yothians do not condone capital punishment under any circumstance, no matter the crime.
I feel awful that when you most needed a friend, I was not there. I hope you can forgive me.
Then a voice in my head told me not to give up, to keep pushing through the pain and rise above the water seeking to drag me under. It was your voice. You didn't leave me.
The Samcoma have agreed to allow EC to re-establish formal contact with Vila.
Yes, I'm in CNR now. It's very strange being here knowing that this is where I was from, but having no memory of this place.
Altamere Fisca Sonju. Besides, I'm pretty young to be in a serious relationship. Manas generally live for over a century.
I've been thinking of working with the diplomatic corps.
ECAL claims it will audit itself, which has got to be the oldest bureaucratic trick in the book.
It seems that someone broke in during an important debate and attempted to set off some sort of explosive device.
Gisto, something's happening. The Eldfall siren just went.
There was a massive volcanic eruption in the Twin Sisters region that has released huge clouds of ash and dust into the atmosphere.
Enter my Gisto. He shipped off with the diplomatic corps to attempt outreach with the Larva and High Believers to try and calm the waves.
I was up at base camp for about 36 hours in the immediate aftermath of the eruption, and I was able to cover a lot of what happened.
The events unfolding on Haimavina have caused the Council and Chonar to put aside their differences and work together.
To answer your question about the volcano, yes, the eruption was natural. You almost sound suspicious enough to be a Yothian. That's probably my fault.
Unfortunately, I am still out in southern Sonoth on the coast for this signal source extraction.
Happy 30th anniversary. Can you believe it? It has been just over 30 years since you sent me that first message. If you were here on Haimavina, we would be having a party.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Amai. I work with Desun at the laboratories.
Well, I have good news. Lars and I got married about a year ago, and we're going to have twins.
The amazing thing happened when we started applying power to the satellite. The land-based device activated.
Surprisingly, ECAL has been moving very slowly with the exploration and exploitation of Braddock Station.
As you know, Amai and I have been together for a while now. Recently, she asked to take part in a mating ceremony.
I got promoted to evening studio anchor. I co-host a science and political news show with Eric.
And the most beautiful little girl on the entire planet, next to Amai, swam to me. That was the day that we welcomed young Ori into our world.
So it looks like I'm going to prison. Area Newspark, Crusader for Free Speech.
I feel that a great wrong has been done. Iria has done nothing more than talking to a friend about the events happening on her planet.
I'm here to offer you the position of Chief Communications Officer at Werkstatt Space.
Iria, how are you doing? I can honestly say that I speak for all of Vela when I say that we are concerned about you and worried about the situation there.
While I was away, the Sancoma voted to defund EC and ECAL.
Hey, Auntie Iria. I am very happy to talk to you.
To answer your question about me going to Randir, no, I'm not. We have a lot of work to do before the station is functional and can start letting executives travel up there for photo ops.
The VSA has created a new reusable spacecraft that has the ability to launch using boosters, perform all of its tasks in space, and then land again in the ocean.
Gisto, our societies are very different. And I'm not just speaking about biology. I know we laughed about it when we were younger, but there are things that I'm not going to understand about your world, and there will be things that you will understand about mine.
The satellite has been launched. Late last Rotat, we made it into the schedule, and we placed the recovered and refurbished satellite into a high Velan orbit.
There's a rough sketch of what looks like a person shooting a bogey in the air. It's making the hair on the back of my neck stand up.
The satellite has been repaired. It was fixed shortly after I sent my last message, and as soon as it was operational, it began broadcasting out, away from Vela. It pulled all of the data from the lander and sent it out, straight to High Mavina.
Gisto, the last 2 years have been an ice storm of cooperation between Werkstatt, EC, and ECAL.
Iria, I don't have much time. A storm is coming.
Can you imagine it? News coming from Vila has become routine? Messages from aliens are routine?
We are here to discuss the following events. The presentation of photographic evidence of Heimavina's equipment on Vila with corresponding evidence as presented from the mana known as Iria Nufspark.
Hey, Ori. Thanks for the update. With what's going on, those Reef Guard Fiska might not let this transmission out.
Good morning. In collaboration with the government of Heimavina and the Federal Historical Research Expeditionary Corps and Werkstatt Space, we are here today to announce the historical revelations regarding the Sidus Onda.
Hey, bro. I think I did something bad.
Thank you for revisiting Season 1 of Binary Saga. Music by Eric Matthias at soundimage.org. You can find us on Twitter and Facebook at The Binary Saga. Please visit binarysaga.com.